Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm offering advice on how you can clean up rather than delete your social media when you're interested in joining an organization. One of my kind of unsolicited pieces of advice that I offer people when they're wanting to join an organization is to not delete or privatize their social media accounts, because social media is a great way, especially now, for people to just know a little bit more about other people. So with social media, we're talking about things like LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You should be mindful of your social media presence when you want to join an organization anyways. If you don't know anything about social media presence, watch my video on my channel about it. But you also want to make sure that you are just keeping up with your social media, in addition to making sure that there's no content that is questionable or inappropriate. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about, especially in your undergrad, but also if you're joining an organization at the alumni level, you always want to make sure that your social media is fresh and up to date. One of the things that I also think is important, excuse my dog, y'all know Jax is going to be in a video. One thing that I think is very important is to just maintain your social media. Some people will say, well, I don't have a social media. Do you think I should have one in order to join an organization? And the answer is no. You don't necessarily have to have a social media account in order to be present or relevant. But if you have these things, these are just my pieces of advice that I would recommend for anyone who is interested in joining an organization, and what you can do to make sure that you are representing yourself in the most positive way possible. So a couple of things that you want to make sure that you're looking out for on social media is just making sure that you're not posting inappropriate content. When you're joining an organization, the end of the organization says incorporated, which means that it's a business, which means that they are as professional as possible. Therefore, you should be too. And that's not to say that you should have everything prim and proper and put together. Lord knows I post some things on my social media that's kind of a mess. Not inappropriate, but just like, it's my channel, it's my platform. I can do whatever I want with it based on the guidelines, which is another point that I would make. When you're owning or when you are a member of these certain social media platforms, you should be following the organization's guidelines for posting anyways. So if you're not doing those things, then that should already let you know that you need to work on making some changes or just updating it to make it look a little better than what you had before. And I'm not saying that you have to change who you are completely just to join an organization. I'm saying that you should post appropriate and also have positive social media presence at all times, whether you join an organization or whether you're just a person on social media. One common thing that I notice when people join or are interested in joining an organization is they'll just completely stop posting on their social media. But sometimes some people just stop posting on social media. And while I feel like that's okay, you're within your right to do that, I also think that it's important to not completely like privatize your stuff if you were public, or make yourself public once you were privatized. Like, choose whichever one you're going to do and stick to it. If you're a private person and you want to keep your stuff private, that's totally fine. The organization or chapter members don't have the right to ask you to unprivatize that, because that is your personal account. But I do also think that some consistency is helpful and useful, so just bear that in mind. The other thing that I would recommend too is just making sure that you have, like, if you have a profile picture, that it's a visible photo, that you're not inappropriate in the photo, that you're not totally naked or like shirtless or topless. I'm not saying anyone's doing any of these things, but I'm just giving you some examples of just making sure that it's visible. And if we want to do research on you, we can recognize that it's actually you in the photo and not some kind of pseudo person pretending to be you, and things of that nature. With your social media presence altogether, I think that it's important to be able to relay a story through your social media. It's a great way for people to just figure out who you are, and content, I think, is free. You can post pretty much whatever you want, whenever you want, but just also be mindful that people have different perspectives on different things, and perception is almost everything, if not being in fact everything. And you want people to perceive you as the genuine person that you are, and not necessarily someone that you're not. So making sure that you're genuine at all times is also really important. Those are mainly the big pieces of advice that I can offer anyone in regards to how to clean up your social media. If you want to know more, like and subscribe, and give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.